Okay, so we've got a little birthday gift here, mobility session, privatized for those joints that we just did our assessment. We're going to work through a little bit more. However, this is going to be a full kind of body joint isolation hygiene practice. So just like we floss your teeth joint by joint, we're going to express range and mobility joint by joint. Starting through, we have pelvic tilts. So your hands are going to go on your pelvis just as such there, George. Moving on through, just like cows and cats, thinking that that pelvis is like a bowl of water. And we have an anterior tilt lifting the sit bones like cow pose, where the water falls out the front of the bowl. And then we have a posterior tilt like cat pose, where the water falls out the back of the bowl. So you're going to shift through, let the water fall out the front, and then let the water fall out the back, expressing that pelvic tilt. The rib cage stays tucked, so we want no compensating movement there. You're just going to tilt back and forth just in your low back and your pelvis for 5 each way. Good. And then lift those sit bones. Yes, yep. Tall spine, just a slight bend in your knees, and then tuck under. Good. We'll take that block off after that 5th repetition. You're just going to turn sideways for me for a little bit of a side view, and we'll go through actual cows and cats. On your inhale, George, you're going to lift your sit bones up the back wall here, or we'll tuck under for cat pose, flex vertebrae by vertebrae, just like you are from your pelvis to your head. And then cow pose, start at the pelvis, lift the sit bones, extend like a wave, piece by piece, pulling that chest forward, and crown tall. Imagine a string pulling that crown up. Excellent. We're going to go for 4 reps here. Exhale, tuck, maximize that flexion one by one, tucking that chin. Then you're going to maximize that extension one by one, pulling our chest forward, crown tall. And rep 3, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Then you're going to go rep 4. Now our 5th rep, I want you to start at your chin and try to roll down your back to your head. So inhale, lift the chin, pull the chest forward for cow pose, letting the belly drop, the sit bones lift. And then exhale, tuck your chin for cat pose and try to flex vertebrae by vertebrae, scooping those shoulders, pulling the navel in and tucking that tailbone. Give me one more rep there. Inhale, cow from the chin, pulling forward, lifting those sit bones, belly drops. And then exhale, tuck that chin and we'll round and flex one by one. Excellent. Good job, George. Lowering on through, we're going to go down into just our low back. So we'll lower onto our forearms. We'll give you a pad each there for the forearms. We're going to keep the rib cage up like cat pose. So lowering on down, flex the spine, everything from the rib cage up flexes. And then just like our pelvic tilts, we're going to move our low back and our pelvis. Inhale, similar to cow pose, lift those sit bones up and back and extend the spine only to here. And then exhale, tuck that tailbone and round and flex. Excellent. Now keep this flexion and inhale, lift the sit bones and then extend. Yep, just little by little. And you're going to extend and pause and then tuck that tailbone and flex and pause. We're going to go through 5 pelvic tilts just like that. So the rib cage stays rounded and we extend, and then we get to flex everything all at once. That's great. Don't lose this here. Lift the sit bones and just extend vertebrae by vertebrae, and then flex vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to go through 3 more there for 5. Good. Our last two, just to get it on video, tuck that tailbone, round and flex vertebrae by vertebrae, ribs stay flexed, and then lift and extend. Excellent. One more each way. Good job, George. And back. Excellent. For the thoracic spine, we're just going to start with rotations. So you can move on through to stand up tall, take those arms to a T. We're going to widen our legs just a little bit wider so that the hips stay locked out. Now, you don't need a Swiss ball, but just because we have it here, this is just an extra tool to give a little bit of squeeze for the inner thighs. And then you can widen just over and making sure nothing rotates in the hips, but everything rotates from the rib cage up. Arms to a T here. And we're just going to exhale to twist the sternum of the chest all the way to the right. Keep your belly button locked forward. And then inhale to return to midline. And exhale all the way to the left. Keep the belly forward. And we'll return. You have 3 each way. Exhale to twist, twist, twist. Nice and slow and controlled with a little bit of a pause at the end. Good. Then go one more for me, just one more. You got a little bit. You'll feel a crunch and a pull, absolutely. And I just want you to twist right, take a breath out, keep twisting to your end range. Good, inhale, return, and one more on that other side, belly forward, end range. Excellent. And so our rotation, you're a little bit more at ease here. And it's a little bit harder for you to twist it. You feel that? Okay. Okay, you can remove that Swiss ball. Then you're just gonna go into a side bend here, crossing the arms. Exhale to drop your right shoulder to your right hip, imagining you're between 2 planes of glass. Inhale, rise on up, and then dropping this left shoulder to the left hip. And inhale to rise up. You're gonna go 3 each way. Good, squeezing in here, inhale to rise, and exhale to the other side. Finding that end range with a pause, and we'll rise up, and then that end range with a pause, and we'll rise up. Excellent. And you know what? Just sit on down. If you have a box at home or anything without a backrest, a couch, you can just slide right forward to the edge of the seat there. And then we're going to express that through. We'll go slow and controlled, taking it 3 each way. Inhale, the string goes right through the skull into the spine and lengthens as we pull high. Exhale, tuck that chin. You're going to flex down one by one, anchoring through and just flexing that spine from the rib cage down. And this time, George, everything from your rib cage up in your thoracic spine, we're going to move through in space. Your belly button's going to stay locked forward. Nice, strong core. Everything from the abdomen down is going to lock out. So it doesn't move, and we're just going to move the rib cage up. Flexing all the way down, staying nice and flexed there. Then you're going to start to twist your sternum, the center of your chest, all the way to the left, keeping your belly button locked forward. After that end range, I want you to drop that left shoulder, side bend down to its end range. From the rib cage up, keeping your low core strong, the tailbone tucked. I want you to inhale, extend up and back through the top half of your circle. Chin stays tucked just like that. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, side bend down to its end range. Rotate your sternum of the chest to the right, belly locked forward. And then you're going to flex down to that right knee all the way through, circling through that right knee back to the midline. And we'll start rep number 2. Belly stays locked forward. We're going to twist our chest all the way to the left. Exhale, drop that left shoulder, side bend. After that end range, we'll inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, drop the right shoulder, side bend. Keeping that belly still, we'll rotate to the right, twist that chest, and then flex to that right leg and lower down. One more circle here. We're going to stay flexed and twist all the way to the left with our belly locked forward. Drop that right shoulder, side bend down. Inhale, extend up and back through the top half of the circle. Dropping that right shoulder, side bend. Rotate, rotate, and circle past that right leg. Come back to midline. Inhale, rise all the way up, lengthen the spine. We're just going to take those arms, shake them out, crisscross them the other way, and then you can send that block just in between. We'll pass you that back just to send those shoulders forward. Now, you don't need the block. You can absolutely just hold here. What the block or a small ball does is it sends the shoulder blades forward of the spine, and it gives us more space to side bend and to move through. So inhale, we lengthen. We're going to reverse that circle for 3. Exhale, tuck the chin, flex vertebrae by vertebrae down the spine. Strong core, the belly locked forward. We're going to twist to the right this time. Sternum of the chest, center of the chest to the end range. Breathing out, we'll drop that right shoulder, side bend down to the hip. Chin stays tucked, tailbone tucked. We'll extend up and back just from the ribs up. Exhale, drop that left shoulder, side bend, slow and controlled. And then we'll twist to the left, belly stays locked forward, flexing down to that left leg and circling through. 2 more reps, slow and controlled, staying flexed. We'll twist, twist, twist to the right. Exhale, drop that right shoulder, side bend. Inhale, extend up and back, chin tucked. Side bending on that left side, drop the shoulder, twisting the chest all the way, movement by movement, end range flexion, and then we'll circle back. Give me a pause at each end range. We're going to twist to the right, pause, drop that right shoulder, side bend as we pause. Inhale, extend up and back. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, twisting with control and range. And we'll circle through and flex all the way back to that midline. Inhale, rise up one by one, lengthen tall. And inhale, sit up nice and tall for our seated Jefferson curl. Exhale, tuck that chin, and then maximize the flexion one by one of your spine going down. Legs nice and wide, let your torso fall through the thighs. Keep flexing down your spine, getting the forehead down to those toes, down to the floor. And then inhale, extend one by one from the low back. We're going to rise up, lengthening the spine, reaching the crown tall. And we'll go for 4 reps here. Exhale, tuck that chin. We're going to roll down one by one. Good. Through the legs, all the way down to the floor and the forehead. Get a good stretch in the low back, and then extend one by one, rolling up. Head, neck, and shoulders, the last to rise. 2 more reps, nice and slow and controlled. And then roll up one by one. Smoothest one yet. Maximize that flexion. Extend. Excellent. And then just into the cervical tissues of our spine here, just the neck. We're going to lengthen nice and tall. The pen is at the end of our chin or our nose, and we're going to draw through flexion all the way down, drawing the line as low to the floor as we can. For extension, we're just going to shift the neck forward slightly and then extend one by one all the way high, drawing that line as high as we can to the sky. We have 5 repetitions there, slow and controlled, drawing that line all the way down to the floor. And then that pen, end of the nose or chin, drawing the line all the way forward and up to the sky. There's 2, go for 3 more repetitions. We're going to go into rotation next with our chest and our belly nice and level center. Exhale to twist. The pen at the end of the nose or the chin goes all the way to one side. We stare at the top back corner. Inhale back to our midline, and then exhale to our right side, looking at that upper back corner. Inhale back to the midline. Don't let the chest of the sternum shift. Shoulders stay down away from the ears, and we're drawing that line as much as we can, side to side. Slow and controlled, you have 5 each way. So sitting up nice and tall, we just had the rotation side to side. Now we're going to imagine that pen is at the end of the nose or the chin, and using that rotation, you're going to flex down, scrape the chin across the collarbone, end range rotation, and draw a big circle, 3 clockwise and 3 counterclockwise. We want no pain, no clinks or clunks. Using that rotation and that flexion and extension as much as you can, shoulders down from the ears, and just that neck moves through space. And after that third circle, we'll reverse it the other way, smooth and slow, finding those end ranges for each degree of freedom. Pain-free, nice and smooth. Excellent, George. Wonderful.